This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of
Telling
Marlon
you, you need
Dixon.
to learn these laws. You need to learn what's going on. Like, I'm not in law school for no apparent reason. Like, I'm in law school because I need to know the law of the land that I dwell in and that I travel to. I need to know what's going on. So when you guys are out here just thinking like, oh man, anybody do anything, they can get it. That's not how that's gonna go. You go your ass to jail for doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Then, because it's a fairly new law, it's not a lot of cases on it. So that means it's not a lot of case law for your attorney to, oh yeah, this is similar to that case, and this is analogous to this case, for example, and that is not a lot of that. So they have to create what the constrictions and all that stuff is as more and more cases happen. Welcome back to Duffle LO, the sit down, and we still on the Iowa videos. So if you've been following the Iowa videos, shout out to you, learning more and more about Iowa, what's going on here. It ain't what y'all think, which is cornfields. It's just corn. It ain't that. It's corn here, and it's E15 gas, E85, but it's what's other gas here. They got gas. And they, boy, I'm talking about that gas right now. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, and watch the entire video so you guys can see what's going on right now. Let's start talking about some of these, what be going on. I'm Chiracian. I told you they come to Chirac. They making these Iowa dudes aggressive. Let me show you what Iowa changed their laws to. Y'all got to see this. Look at this. This is interesting. First video right here. We're going to talk about this. Iowa, stand your ground. Iowa, you didn't used to be stand your ground, but look at what this is now. Stand your ground without breaking the law. In November 2019, the Iowa Supreme Court ruled that the state's 2017 stand your ground law does not apply to those engaged in criminal activity prior to using deadly force. You need to understand that. So in 2017, Iowa changed a law to stand your ground. It used to be a retreat state. You got to hurry, get out of there just in case somebody can do something to you. You got to run first. So shout out to Keegan and KeeganLegal.com, and let's keep it going. This ruling came after a man was convicted of murder because he feared the victim had a weapon. However, the man was illegally carrying a gun without a license. So the dude that shot was illegally carrying a gun without a license. And we're going to get ready to get to that license next. So this case raised questions about who is afforded protection under Iowa Stand Your Ground law. Once the Iowa Supreme Court clarified this ambiguity, it established that law-abiding citizens can use deadly force to defend themselves before retreating from a situation. Let me go ahead and highlight that so y'all can see exactly what that said. So y'all know. Now let me explain this to y'all, because at first you had to retreat first. Now they look what they saying. Law-abiding citizens can use deadly force to defend themselves before retreating from a situation. So I could then run, then come back and see what happened. What happened? Did I hit him? Did I hit him? Citizens who are engaged in criminal activity, however, cannot justify their use of deadly force. So if you think you finna go on here, ride over here with your little thing, you trying to skirt over here, and then you trying to serve a little work, and you got your pipe with you, and somebody trying to, hey, give me that, and you blah, 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 and you think, oh, I'm finna already serve him, and then, we end up shooting it out with it, you going your ass to jail. So let's read the Iowa Stand Your Ground law. Iowa Stand Your Ground law permits the justifiable use of deadly force in certain circumstances. A person is justified in the use of reasonable force when they reasonably believe that such force is necessary to defend themselves or another from an actual or imminent use of unlawful force. You see all those emphasis I put on those words? Pay attention to that. Rewind it. They may also use reasonable force to terminate criminal interference with their possession or other rights in their property. Let me say that again. They may also use reasonable force to terminate criminal interference with their possession or other rights in their property. According to Iowa Code Section 704.2a, a person is presumed to reasonably believe that deadly force is necessary to avoid injury or risk to their or another's life or safety in either of the following circumstances. Let's go through them. The person who uses force must reasonably believe that the person against whom the force is used is doing any of the following. So me is the person that's going to use the deadly force against this person. So this person has to be unlawful entering by force or stealth the dwelling, my crib. Come through that door, I'ma blast your ass. Place of business or employment. You at my job, you come to my business, I'ma blast your ass. Or occupied vehicle of the person using force. You come close to my car and you tap my window and you think you got a gun, I'ma blast your ass. Or has unlawfully entered by force or stealth and remains within the dwelling place of business or occupied vehicle of a person using force. Can't go in a crib. You can't go in a business. Don't try to be in a car, or they have the reason they can blast you. You gotta understand this. Unlawfully removing or is attempting to unlawfully remove another person against the other person's will from the dwelling, place of business or employment or occupied vehicle of the person using force. So you catch me with your girl, and you try to snatch your girl out the passenger seat of my car, I'ma blast your ass. You have to understand what these laws are saying. Unlawfully removing or is attempting to unlawfully remove another person against the other person. No, let me go. No, you gotta get out this house. You try to take her out of party. She wilding out. You try to move out the party. Where you going? Where you going? The owner of the residence can blast your ass. You gotta know that. You taking them out of the business. No, you call that at work. What you doing at work? Come on. The owner of the business can blast you. So you in their store, they shopping, and you try to snatch them out the store, that owner can blast you. You go to their place of employment, they boss can blast your ass. You gotta know that. This law does not apply if at the time the force is used, any of the following circumstances are present. The person using defensive force is engaged in a criminal offense, is attempting to escape from the scene of a criminal offense that the person has committed or is using the dwelling, place of business or employment or occupied vehicle to further a criminal offense. So if your crib is a trap house, you can't defend that. If your car is a trap, or you trapping out of your car driving around, you can't defend that. If your place of business where you trapping out of, you can't defend that. Which means if you doing any criminal activity, you ain't got no defense. You can't defend that. You defending your drugs. So now no, that's a felony. You going to jail. You going your ass to jail. The person sought to be removed is a child or a grandchild or is otherwise in the lawful custody or under the lawful guardianship of the person against whom. So now let's say you the parent and the next parent is coming and trying to take that child or grandchild away, parent or grandparent. You can't, I'm gonna blast you because you trying to take my child. No, they're the legal guardian. You can't do that. The person against whom force is used is a peace officer who has entered or is attempting to enter a dwelling, place of business or employment or occupied vehicle in the lawful performance of the peaceful officer's duties. Now, let me explain this to you, what this is saying. If the police is using force to enter your dwelling, this is not legal advice, but if you clearly read what it's saying, if the police enter or attempts to enter into your dwelling and they are doing that unlawfully, you have the right to stand your ground and you can blast their ass. That's what this is saying. If they try to pull you out of your vehicle or if they doing anything and it's unlawful, it's going to end bad for everybody, to be honest with you. The person against whom the force is used has the right to be in or is lawfully resident of the dwelling place of business or employment or occupied vehicle of the person using force, and a protective or no contact order is not in effect against the person against the force is used. So now you can't think you just, oh yeah, I'm finna go ahead and pick you up. You riding around and you thinking you finna knock off one of your BFFs or something like, oh yeah, I'm finna go ahead and take bro over here and I'm gonna do him. No, there is the person against whom the force is used. That's your friend in the car, has the right to be in or is lawful or is a lawful resident of the dwelling, place of business or employment or occupied vehicle of the person using the force. So I done went and picked my friend up, put him in a car, and now I'm thinking I'm finna knock him off. Can't do that. That's illegal. I done went to go pick my friend up, brung him in my house, in my dwelling, and now I think I'm gonna knock him off because can't do that. No, I'm gonna bring them in my business. No, you cannot do that. They're saying you have to legally be using reasonable force for somebody that's trying to do something to you or another that's in your care, basically. So if this person is close to me, like let's say, like I said, somebody else's girl, I'm with her. I picked her up. We just came from dinner or something. She got done eating and eating, you know. So she done that, and he come and he see her, and he trying to snatch her. Whatever. Yeah, boy, she's not my property, but I have the right to protect her if need be. I don't have to, but I have the right to, just in case. So it's like you gotta understand this stuff. It's easy to misinterpret Iowa stand your ground law as it is a fairly new and subject to change. As we've seen from the 2019 Supreme Court ruling, to best avoid a homicide or a weapons offense accusation, equip yourself with the knowledge and awareness you deserve. Stand your ground right by contacting our Eastern Iowa Criminal Defense at that number. Learn, like, they telling you. You gotta learn this stuff. That's what they telling you. You need to learn these laws. You need to learn what's going on. Like, I'm not in law school for no apparent reason. Like, I'm in law school because I need to know the law of the land that I dwell in and that I travel to. I need to know what's going on. So when you guys are out here just thinking like, oh man, anybody do anything, they can get it. That's not how that's gonna go. You go your ass to jail for doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Then, because it's a fairly new law, it's not a lot of cases on it. So that means it's not a lot of case law for your attorney to, oh yeah, you know, this is similar to that case, and this is analogous to this case, for example, and that is not a lot of that. So they have to create what the constrictions and all that stuff is as more and more cases. So how are they gonna do that? I'm gonna tell y'all in the next episode that's coming. Why in the next episode? Because in the next episode, I'm gonna show you guys not only did they turn to a stand your ground state, but they just passed another law in 2021 that went effect in 2021 that you don't need a permit. So let's get into that. So now people, you already stand your ground, and you know you needed a permit to be able to hide a weapon, but now people just able to just get the weapon. So now this is going to make these cases start to happen to where they're going to form the actual rule of the statute. So I gotta say for this video, hopefully you learned something. Like I said, Iowa is going to get weirder and weirder and crazy and crazy. It's so crazy and interesting that people don't understand this stuff. That's why I'm so happy to bring it to you guys to show you, like, hey, you visit here, you drive through here, or you stop or something, you better know what's going on, because if you don't know what's going on, it might be some crazy stuff. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, donate to the channel, copy some RGO Kingpin merchandise, and check out the mercy papers. Hit me on the email below. So no matter what city or state or country is in, every hood is the same. Don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively, and if nobody told you that they love you today, I'm gonna tell you guys right now that I love you guys. That's why I bring you guys this information, to make you guys aware of this crazy stuff that's going on. I try to break it down for you. And like I tell you guys, this is not legal advice. This is just me reading and me interpreting, but it's not legal advice. So you got to consult yourself with a lawyer or attorney in Iowa, not nowhere else, because this is Iowa. So you have to consult with these people. So that's all I got to say. See you guys on the next video.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.